against a team or you know, a particular side of the ball. And then that's where your homework and vetting and doing your due diligence, you know, is this person a good kid? You know, obviously in the case of high school, we typically recruit these guys for a year, 2 years, 3 years in some cases. So you get to know them, you get to know what they're really about. I think it's a little trickier with the transfer guys, but you still do the same thing. You call coaches, you're going to do your homework and know what type of person, you know, you're bringing into your family. So I don't think talent will supersede if there's an issue off the field, or you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a case by case. Obviously, Coach Riley makes that ultimate decision, or coordinators, but you know, you want to add quality people, and we have. So.
You know, there are times when you inherit a 4-8 team, and that's like a broken team, right? Their spirits are broken. You have to kind of build them back up. Is that the case here? Did you feel like you were inheriting guys that you had to sort of reinstill a certain attitude, a certain confidence, whatever?
I think no matter, you know, what the previous record is, when you're new, you're new, and so you got to build trust just the same. You know, not being here last year, it would be hard for me to say, you know, why the season went the way it went, because I wasn't here, I wasn't on the inside, you know, but you look at what you have, you look at, you know, where you can be better, you know, enhancing talent at certain positions, you know, and ultimately coaches are going to do what they do. You know, we believe in our system and what we do on all sides of the ball, and guess what? The last coaches did too, you know, and so I think it's our challenge to constantly evolve and make changes and do things based on what our players can do and what they are good at, you know. I've seen a lot of teams, and I won't name organizations, but they've changed who they are when they take the field based on the game of football changing, or maybe the quarterback position, or maybe, you know what I mean? So you got to adapt. You got to be adaptable. And so we've tried to do a great job of really focusing on the now and where we're going, and not, you know, because it doesn't do us much good anyways to look back. We have a saying, burn your past, you know, because it can be you know, a hindrance, and at best, you know, it slows you down. So we kind of had that mantra on defense a little bit, just burn your past, on to the next one. So.
What have you learned about Corey in your time working with him?
I've learned that he's a very naturally gifted football player. And I say naturally gifted, you know, sometimes, you know, you attach ratings and things, but I mean, I played football my whole life, played in the NFL. Like, when I'm saying gifted, I'm saying things that are natural, you know what I mean? Things that you kind of, you know, can do, like, man, just little things, you know. It's not the oh, he runs a, you know, 40 or jump. It's for me, it's how a guy can move and bend and do certain things, and how powerful he is in very, very short areas and things that you don't always see on a highlight, but you see when I get a chance to work with him in individual and things. And so I'm really excited. He is just like any freshman. Freshmen struggle their first year. 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. There are not many kids that come out of high school and they go to college at this level and have a ton of success. There's not. I mean, that's on any team in any organization. It's a hard transition. And so he's no different than, you know, any freshman that's come in and trying to, you know, figure it out. You're trying to mature, you're trying to learn what this thing's all about. And, you know, I'm excited. I really am, to get a chance to coach him this fall and, you know, get him in this sophomore season and see what he can do out there. So.
You can see that 5-star potential in him still?
Yeah, but I don't, you know, my thing is I'm not a star guy at all, because I was a 2-star coming out of high school, and I went to the NFL, made a team, and I didn't play 10 years, but, you know, I kind of, you know, there's a label of, you know, what you should be, but ultimately you decide what you're going to be, you know, not a label. And oftentimes we attach that and put expectations, but, you know, the reality is we're going to recruit the best players we can here at USC, and we're going to challenge every one of them to be their best, and we're going to challenge them to be their best as fast as possible, because we're not in the business of having a whole lot of time anymore in college football. We got to win. We got to win now, and especially with transfer portal, players got to accelerate their development, and we have a huge part in that. So, but he's a talented dude. Yes.
Coach, slowed by the knee injury last month in the spring. When was the first time you saw that natural ability just pop on the field? Was there one moment that stands out to you?
You know, it's really easy to see when you coach, you know, and you have such a reference point of so many players and how guys at certain sizes move versus another guy. But I will say there was one day in spring ball, he just was playing like lights out. It looks like the game was kind of, I equate it to like when an NBA guy just gets in the zone and everything's going down. Like he had a day and I was like, now that's it right there. That's how I got to get him playing every day. And I told him that day after practice, I said, hey, tap into that, because that was it. That's what it's going to take, right, to be a guy here, right? But not in spurts, because any defense can have a great game, any quarterback can have a great game, any DB can have a great game, but to be elite, you got to do it every day. You got to do it every game. You got to be consistent. So, but he's got that it factor. We all know that. So.
Coach, you come to a new